And welcome back to our continuous coverage as we wait for Irma, which is coming our way. Gary Nelson is standing by at the Miami-Dade County Emergency Operations Center. And Gary, this has really been the hub for county officials to get the word out to people about what to do to prepare and then what to expect when the storm comes in.
That is the fact, and that should, in fact, be the case. I must say, in some regards, information has just been oozingly slow in coming out of this Emergency Operations Center. Listen up. If you live in South Miami-Dade, I have hard news for you now. The Robert Morgan Education Center in South Miami-Dade at 181st Street and Southwest 122nd Avenue has reached capacity and is accepting no more evacuees. The Robert Morgan Education Center in South Miami-Dade, 151st Street, 122nd Avenue Southwest, has reached capacity and is accepting no more evacuees. A lot of people have had to learn that the hard way. We have known for about an hour and a half now that Robert Morgan was in fact turning people away. Our colleagues at the Miami Herald confirmed it with Superintendent of Schools Alberto Carvalho and also with forgive me, my mind, the hours have gone on. But our colleagues at the Herald confirmed through two official sources an hour and a half or so ago, Dennis Moss's office, Commissioner Dennis Moss's office, whose district Robert Morgan is in, that it was closed. It had reached capacity. They were turning people away. But we could not get Mayor Carlos Jimenez's administration here at the Emergency Operations Center, the heartbeat of this effort, to confirm that until just minutes ago. In the interim, sadly, numbers of people have been going to Robert Morgan only to be told there is no room at the inn. That brings now to 21 the number of public shelters that have opened so far in Miami-Dade County, and brings to 6 the number that are at capacity and are accepting no more evacuees. And we will be updating that, if we have not already, at cbsmiami.com. You can go to cbsmiami.com, see what shelters are out there, what shelters are at capacity and closed, and what shelters are still accepting evacuees. There is the one pet-friendly shelter that is open, and as we saw from David Sutta a short while ago, they are not yet full and are accepting people and evacuees of the four-legged variety. Okay, that's the latest on the shelter situation. The county says they're going to open more shelters, but beyond the 21 that have thus far been announced, the 6 that we now know that are full, there have been no further shelter locations released. Having said that, already the county is looking down the road toward Monday, or past Monday, looking down the road toward what to do once Irma has passed us by in whatever fashion she finally determines to pass us by, near or perhaps further to the west. We can only hope that would be the case. But here's what Mayor Carlos Jimenez had to say regarding looking down the road.
We are in this together, and even though the storm has yet to pass, there will be a long road ahead after Sunday. It's not premature to start thinking about recovery efforts. I want to tell the residents of Miami-Dade County that we are working on that plan already. I urge residents to remain calm, not only now and during the storm, but after the storm. I'll be also asking for your patience. I was working as a fire chief for the city of Miami when Hurricane Andrew hit about 25 years ago. And one of the things I learned was the importance of preparing for after the storm.
You can say that again. I experienced Hurricane Andrew with extreme prejudice, if you will, living in what is now Palmetto Bay, just south of the Deering Estate Park. Hurricane Andrew's eye wall made landfall about 3/4 to the south of my home, and let me tell you, the recovery, the time after the storm has passed, can be very difficult. We were without power for about a month. We were without telephone service for the better part of 3 months, without cable television for a year, and of course there was the matter of rebuilding and dealing with the contractors and subcontractors and all of that, and the initial cleanup is such a chore. So there's a lot of work ahead, and it's going to depend, how much work is going to depend on just what this damnable Irma out there decides to do in the way of her intensity and in the way of the path that she chooses to take.